Hello and welcome back to our Minecraft Forever World, Season 1. You can see there's been some developments on Noel's Tower here, but we have an issue that must be addressed. So, come in here. Some minor changes inside as well, I think. We can look at those later. We only have 2 iron. And in the previous episode I talked about finding a village so that we could set up an iron farm. We cannot wait to do that. We simply can't. The work that's required to set up that iron farm in a nearby location is simply too much. We need a solution now. You know, we don't even have any in here. But I suppose the upside to that is we get to go mining. We haven't done that in a while. I don't know if we've even done it on camera. We might die. Might be the first death of the series. I have a decent amount of food. You know, cobblestone to make tools if we need them. Crafting table, sticks, torches, dirt, water is something we need to get. Okay, we have our water. Back to the cave. So the upsides, obviously, of this mining expedition is that we're going mining. You know, we might die, bit of adventure, but you guys get to see the changes to the mine itself. So the door, I think, was probably this size anyway, but it's been changed a little bit, because we are doing now two out for every 1 drop to give it a kind of grander feeling, as I said in a previous episode. We had to push the door, or rather, we had to keep the door in the same place but drop it so that it met. Originally, I think it was like up there, so we had to mine out all the land there and kind of bring it down. This is all kind of man-made. You can see there's still some cobblestone here from before. Light this up. I think I was in... yeah, I was in the middle of making this wider. I guess I ran out of tools or something. But this has gotten wider. And then same theme here. 2, out 2, down 1, out 2, down 1. All the way. Nothing of interest really there. Other than death. Same down there. But I think it looks... this is messy. Please ignore this. It isn't sculptured. If you think back to the door up above, the door is finished, if you like, where the rock has been carved to look a certain way. This is very haphazard and just the general shape. But you can see where I'm going with this. This will get 1 wider, 2 wider maybe, and this will maybe get 3 higher, maybe even 6 higher, to be honest, to give it that proper grand feeling. And that might be your first example of our ore miner. I forget what the correct term is, but we have an add-on, the Essentials add-on. If you're wondering what that is, we have a Minecraft add-on series at the moment. Basically going through all the add-ons that we're using. The Essentials add-on is one of those. So you just seen it there in action for the first time, perhaps. I don't know, should we start getting copper? I think we will. Because of the new update with the golems and stuff. I think it's better to have it and not need it. And while we're here, get rid of the sacks. I should have left it at home anyway. That's a waste of an inventory space. Iron for ore, stone for rock. And that way we're not wasting our iron too much. This is horrifying. It wasn't too bright coming down here at night either. Come on then. What we are missing, I suppose, a little bit is kind of tense music, you know? Like, Minecraft has some of the greatest game music ever, I think. But there's not really kind of ominous music when you're in danger, you know? Like, I think there's some add-ons where if you go to like half a heart, you start to hear heartbeat. You know, like you're starting to bleed out. And some of the kind of effects appear on the screen where it's like, you know, blood streaks or sweat and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. And it kind of adds to the fear. You know, I haven't played Minecraft Hardcore, but I can imagine the thrill of having half a heart and trying to make it home. But I play Minecraft to chill out. I don't play Minecraft to raise my heart rate. So, that's a great shot. Look at that. That's beautiful. The lovely water, the lava off in the background, lighting things up. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, let's stay on target. We're here to look for iron, and it's so dark. I feel like my brightness is turned down. Let me just double check that, guys. So my brightness is at 100. It might just be the vibrant visuals. Is that, you know, the lights are light, the darks are dark. So it feels way darker than usual. I'm really struggling to see. Like, I can see the skeleton, right? But up here to my left, I really can't see any detail in the rock. Like, I'll tell you when I can start to see now. Yeah, look, it's a wall. I couldn't tell that was a wall. I thought that was like steps up. Maybe it's my monitor. I don't think it is. Yeah, look, we'll light all this area up anyway. There's no harm as we go. And we just picked up more coal and we have sticks with us to make torches as we need them. It's amazing how fast you run out of torches. Like, I started with 64 and I'm already down to 36. Tons of iron though, so that's great. So hopefully I'm doing a lot of moving, you know, I'm doing a lot of running around, a lot of adjustments. I really hope my keyboard isn't too distracting for you. I've tried to get the noise down as much as possible. NVIDIA broadcast for a couple episodes was impeccable. It was perfect. You can turn down the strength of the background noise cancellation, right? When I got NVIDIA broadcast, I think it might have been a Paleo Pines video was the first instance. It was perfect. Like, you genuinely, my voice sounded amazing, and the keyboard really wasn't, you know, you really couldn't perceive the keyboard at all in the background. Broadcast has updated since then, and I've noticed in a few of my videos where I have it on high strength, my voice starts to sound really kind of like robotic, to the point where it's almost like there's an echo in my voice. So it's like this cat and mouse where I can have my keyboard come through, but I sound natural and the voice quality is good, or I can completely erase the keyboard, but my voice doesn't sound real, and I don't mean in a good way. You know, like, it's not that I sound like an AI video and I don't like it. It really is poor quality. Like, maybe you guys don't notice it, I suppose. You know, I upload once a week, so maybe from video to video you don't notice it. But when I'm editing, I can choose to hear the broadcast output or the raw output, if you like. The raw output, my voice sounds amazing. Like, this mic is phenomenal. But you can hear my PC. You can hear Orla walk down the hallway. Completely separate room to the one I'm in. You can hear her walk down the hallway. Like, this is how good this mic is. Which is fantastic. Like, fantastic for the value. It's a Quadcast S, I believe. It is amazing, and it really is worth the money. But unless you're in a studio, you're gonna get background noise, and it's a little challenge for me, I guess. I'm new to YouTube. I've been doing this less than a year, but I want to output something that's good. You know, I like, I've said it before. Half the battle is just doing. So if you're a painter, your paintings are shit, mate, at least you're painting. You know, that's first and foremost, that's the most important thing. If you want to be a painter, you have to paint. And if you're painting, brother, that's a win, you know? But eventually, if you're a painter, you want to be good at painting, right? You wanna potentially sell your art. So, you know, you gotta get good. And that's what I'm trying to do. I've set myself this challenge of, yes, I will record, but I'm not gonna record, you know, poor quality stuff. The content, that's debatable, you know. The content isn't exactly a magnum opus by any sorts, but I do want the quality to be good. So hopefully, as we've been running around this cave, I almost said cage. As we've been running around this cave, I hope the keyboard isn't too distracting for you, because it can be quite off-putting, you know. And I want to build an audience, not scare you guys away. 42 iron, I think we can do a little bit better. We're almost at 30 levels as well, which is great. We have our cow farm going, you know, to start getting leather and therefore start making books for an enchanting table. But we don't have diamond tools. You know, there's other things that must come first. I have a lot of projects going on at the moment. None of them are finished. You know, so like Noel's Tower, not complete. The farms, I wouldn't call them complete either. You know, by my own standards, I wouldn't call them complete. You know, we're still kind of sticks. Yes, that's what I was doing. I can hear some villain off to my left. Yeah, here he comes now to ruin my day. I can't believe he hit me. Sword's about to break, but we have another, so we're okay. Just when I said that there, I can't believe he hit me. That reminds me of a time I used to do kickboxing. I used to do martial arts when I was younger. Mainly kickboxing. I did a little bit of Muay Thai. I also did a little bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Not a lot. I did a beginner's course. But in kickboxing, my coach used to spar with us. If he wasn't holding pads, he would sometimes spar very lightly. You know, this guy, I think he was a 14-time world kickboxing champion. Tons of belts on the walls around the gym, stuff like that. There was one time we were sparring, and I was only maybe 17. You know, so he was taking a handy with me. And letting me just kind of tee off on him. He wasn't returning fire. But with every kind of attack, he was parrying. You know, basically he was maybe throw a jab, parry, jab cross, parry. I'd throw a kick, he would hook my leg, you know, stuff like that. And I think someone like spoke to him or something happened. He got distracted, and I landed a right hook. And he was just in awe that I had managed to hit him. He was like, "I can't believe you've hit me!" Like, and it wasn't like you know, you're at the pub with your mates, and you know, one of the lads is getting a bit lippy, and you know, you hit him a slap, and it's like, "I can't believe you've hit me!" Like, oh my god. No, it wasn't like that. He was just in awe that I had managed to get through his guard, and it was a fluke. I'm not saying I was good or anything like that. I think someone called his name and he kind of looked away, and I caught him with this right hook, and he was just like, "I can't believe you hit me!" Like, because this guy used to dodge and parry for fun, but was super humble about it at the same time. You know, he wasn't obnoxious or anything like that. But that zombie, I was so sure that zombie wasn't gonna hit me there. I suppose that's how people die in Minecraft, eh? You're on half a heart, you think you can take on the zombie or the skeleton, and you get nailed right in the face. How are we looking? This is actually a really cool cave. It's very like rectangular, like a ravine almost, you know? Very kind of straight and square. No. You can't hit me from there. Her hat is lit up. It's pretty cool, isn't it? See the green on her hat. Yeah, maybe we could do something with this. Like, this could be a tunnel, like a highway to our dwarven kingdom. This is like a main road. We'll come back here, I think. Today, no. We most certainly will die. There's a full golden armor skelly there. A witch, spiders, the full shebang. So Another thing, if you did watch the add-ons series, I was kind of questioning if the tree breaker and the ore breaker, if that's what it's called, if it counts as 1 hit or if it counts as 9. So, you know, this is 4, for example, or at least 4 that we can see. Does this count as 4 hits when I mine it? In terms of durability to your tools, and it does. So we can take this and make it, we can cut into this rock, we can do a 3x3 cut with a stone pickaxe, iron pickaxe, whatever. It does count for the 9 blocks. So it speeds up mining, like, big time. Like, I carved out that shaft I showed you, the kind of tunnel I showed you. I carved that out in 10 minutes. It's brilliant, it's phenomenal. But you go through tools like you wouldn't believe it, because it's you know, 9 times the speed of degradation. So I just had, you seen the chest coming down the hallway, like we've a full chest of cobblestone already, just from mining, and I went through maybe like 20 stone pickaxes doing that. But the speed is what we want. When I'm off camera, you know, I'm a full-time engineer. I have to work for money, you know, like all of us, like most of us, and there's some evenings where I don't have a lot of time. There's some weeks I don't have a lot of time. So being able to log on to the server, mine out 300 blocks of stone, and then log off is brilliant. I had to lock in there. I had to stop talking while I was killing him. It's hugely helpful, and I don't feel bad about it because of the durability. So if I was mining 9 blocks for the cost of 1 in terms of tool durability, I would feel like it's cheating. He hit me again, man. Can't believe it. I would feel bad. I would feel like it's cheating, because you could get a diamond pickaxe and just mine for 3 hours and not break a sweat, you know? But the durability is there, which I really appreciate. So yeah, like, it's not a vanilla server, you know, it's a forever world. It's not vanilla. But that's because I'm trying to create videos. You know, one of the primary goals is to obviously build and create the world and have it go on for years and years, but you know, one of the primary goals is to record, and if it takes me 3 weeks to mine out 1 mineshaft, that's detrimental to the channel, to the server, even for me, for like burnout, you know. I'm getting teed up here, man. There's another lad off to my right. There he is. Oh, retreat, come on. Get stuck there on blocks. Try get him to kill this zombie. I wonder if kill gets me demonetized. Not that I am monetized, but I know some people use different words for that kind of thing. Like, I've said kill 3-4 times now. I wonder if that affects things. I hate water. I have to retreat again. This is a really cool cave system, though. I'm loving it. I'm a little bit disorientated, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's our waterfalls over there. But this is cool. Like, we could build, keep an eye on our 6 here. We could build up here into that cave. As we said, there's that channel over there. It's like a main street. We could have a dwarven market, you know, almost like a bazaar with the roof over it. So much to do. And that's exactly my point. I suppose there's so much to do. And if I spend my evenings after work, I'm not sure what this is. Is this gold? It must be, eh? What is this? Raw gold. They've changed the texture. And what, is this raw iron then? Yeah, of course it is. I'm not familiar with that texture. It must be new. Kind of, if you've ever played Feed the Beast, it reminds me of Topaz, I think is the the gemstone you can harvest and feed the beast, and that's what the ore looks like to me. Oh yeah, come on then. I can't believe there's no baby zombies. That's how it's done, lads. That's how it's done. I think as well, part of the Essentials mod, we can take rotten flesh and turn it into beef jerky, which is, again, really, really helpful, because if we do... No, no, no. We're in the trenches, lads. If we do find a zombie spawner, I think zombie spawners are pretty useless. They're good for getting gear, like, you know, the iron drops, or the armor drops, I should say, from the spawners. But like, having stacks upon stacks of rotten flesh is no good to me. Unless I have a villager trader, it's no good to me. But being able to... There's a zombie villager. Oh, I'm not... I was going to say we could bring him home and cure him, but getting him home is a mission from here. And again, I do have the staircase. I was going to say we could use the waterfall, but that's not going to work. We do have our staircase to get him up. No, no. We're here for iron. How are we looking? We have a stack of iron. Stack and a half of iron. We'll keep going. Yeah, so, you know, zombie spawner, I avoid them. They're great for XP, yeah, sure, but I would rather find a skelly spawner and get my XP from that. And while getting XP, I get, you know, 2 or 3 incredibly useful drops. You basically have infinite bows, some with enchantments, all the arrows you could ever need, and all the bone meal you could ever need, you know? Whereas a zombie farm isn't useful. But being able to make beef jerky, yeah, that's gonna be huge for us. Very, very good. And I was saying something about that before. Yeah, I suppose I think I'd finish my point really just about the content. I don't mind using add-ons to achieve our goals, because ultimately I want to make something that's entertaining, something that's fun for me. Go on about that all the time. I've talked about this in a previous episode. This has to be fun. The day that this stops being fun, the day that it's not enjoyable or rewarding, because sometimes it's a chore, don't get me wrong, you know, you have to keep your expectations realistic. So I've been doing this for less than a year. I think I have maybe 45, 50 videos now. The views are still really low. It is hard sometimes to keep your chin up, but you have to be realistic and kind of accept the fact that there's so many other YouTubers out there, established channels. You know, a lot of the channels, I reflect inwards and I think about what are my own YouTube habits, you know, so like I'm guilty of it. I don't go looking for new channels. You know, it's like an Amazon review. If I'm looking for the new James Bond game, James Bond gameplay, you know, I go to the video with the most views. If there's a video with 300 views and it looks, you know, a little bit fake or shady, well, yeah, I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to watch the video with 1 million views, because, like, you know, the crowd dictates a little bit. The crowd dictates what's good. So I'm not going out there myself looking for small channels and, you know, oh, I'm going to stick with this guy. Most of the YouTubers that I watch, I've known them since I was 15. You know, younger even. And... oh, please don't. Oh my god, my heart. I... oh, I wish I had my my smartwatch on. I track my heart rate. That genuinely scared the shit out of me. I thought he was going for me. He does seem like he's angry. He's not happy. Let's get inside right now. Man, I've been playing Minecraft for like 15 years or longer, and it still scares me. Like, I genuinely jumped out of my skin there. Right, rather than switching to my sword immediately, I actually froze, and I was like, "What do I do?" Ah, brilliant. Um, yeah. So anyway, I was saying it's difficult sometimes to keep the chin up with YouTube, but you have to be realistic. You know, I think a lot of people set off on this journey, and they're like, you know, I'm the next big thing, and this is gonna be a source of income for me, and I'm not gonna have to work, or maybe I can retire at 35 instead of 60 if I, you know, all these things. Those are all long-term end goal kind of things, and it does become a chore. It does. Or rather, it can be. It's not that it is, but it can be a chore sometimes, especially after work. Um, but it is still rewarding to me. You know, I can see the difference between my very first episode and this episode, for example. I'm much more confident in my speech. I haven't had to take loads of cuts where I'm like, oh, I said that wrong, go back and do it again. And you know, even the quality, I spoke about the mic earlier, you know, in less than a year, the quality of my videos has gone up, which is, you know, that's a huge achievement. For someone who's never done this before and doesn't know what they're doing, any progress is still progress, guys. Yeah. Um, the day it stops being rewarding and fun is the day I kind of stop doing this. You know. Um, and having the add-ons to help me do that is huge. Is what I'm trying to say. I've taken probably 15 minutes to say it, but essentially what I'm trying to say is, oh, that's not good. Hmm. After saying it about the beef jerky, maybe it isn't a thing. I'll have to check that. It might have to be done in a smoker actually instead of a furnace. I think that's the thing. I think that's the case. Um, yeah, hugely rewarding, and being able to do things more efficiently and get a video out to you guys faster is, you know, extremely helpful. So just tidy up the farm here a little bit. You can see I got carrots. That was from the previous episode where we went to the village, or rather we found a village on our travels. We haven't got lily pads yet, so maybe that's in an upcoming video. You can probably see, if I do this, you can see the auto planter here. So I have a seed in my inventory here. If I break this, it automatically replants. That's another part of the add-on. But it only works if you have seeds in your inventory. But let's just do this very quickly. And maybe feed our cows just to keep the farm going, you know? What we do need to do is, and I was thinking about it the other day, is bees and fertilization. We need to start getting our bees from way over there to pollinate these crops. And they don't have to be the same bees. We could have our nice apiary over there, nice and beautiful, purely for decoration. And then we could have a functional apiary that, you know, it doesn't need to be the prettiest thing in the world, but it does need to work, you know. We could get that going over here. I was wondering what these were. These are potatoes, which is great. All those skeletons and not a single one. I only got 2 arrows as well after killing those skeletons. That's annoying. Yeah, so as I was saying, the zombie spawners. If we stumble upon one, brilliant. Yeah, look, we'll use it. We'll use it for XP, whatever. But I really do want to find a skelly spawner and get bone meal under control, because at the moment it's it is a problem. You know, our farm still isn't fully fleshed out. It's enough to sustain our cow farm, obviously, which is great. But it's not where we want to be. Certainly not where we want to be. So a skelly spawner will help that with bone meal. I could build a mob spawner, like an artificial or a manual mob spawner, but I don't have my flint and steel. We'll get this another time. We'll get the honey out of here another day. I could do that, but I would have to build it off in the distance. They're so ugly. I hate the way they look just because it's, they're top heavy. They don't look like they should work because of gravity. Yes, you can decorate them, but again, let's finish one tower before we build another one. Well, look, if we're really stuck, if we don't find a skelly spawner soon on our travels, then we might have to build a mob spawner just to, even as a temporary thing. We could build one, use it for a month, get what we need, destroy it afterwards. That's an option too. Because they are, in my opinion, they are an eyesore. Even the iron farm that we've been talking about, I want it to look aesthetic. Like, I don't want it to just be two iron golems floating in the sky. I hate that stuff. I understand it's purely from an efficiency point of view. A lot of people don't care as long as it works. Yeah, that's valid, man. You do you. But in this river world, I want things to be pretty. Do we not have a stone chest? We do. Yeah, sorry. Here, our different stones are here. We do want our area to look nice, and everything that we build, we want it to look cool and designed, not just thrown together. And for that reason, the series will be slower. It won't be a 100 days challenge where, we're on day 82. We barely have a roof on this thing. We actually don't have a roof on this thing after 82 days of playing. But that's not the point of this one. There are hundreds, thousands, millions of people out there doing 100-day challenges, so I'm not going to compete with that. I'm going to do my own thing, which is taking things slowly and enjoying the game for what it is. Being authentic, being myself. If you like that, you stick around. If you don't like it, no hassle. Move on. The main thing is that I enjoy this, and hopefully you guys do as well. Yeah, just on that note, really, I'm just looking at my screen. What, 15 years maybe playing this, and it's just beautiful. The music, and yeah, it's just class. When I first saw Minecraft, one of the first things I said to my friend was like, why would you play this? Like, it's hideous. And back in the day it was, to be fair. It was. It was. But this is such a simple game, and yet there's just so much to it. And it's beautiful. This is the whole point, people. This is the whole point. It's the little things, isn't it? I'm gonna leave it here, guys. I think that's a really nice way to finish off. We'll head back up, see the sunrise or the sunset. But I'm gonna leave it here because I just want to appreciate this, I suppose. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed a faster pace to this episode. Still a lot of talking. That's always going to be the case with me. But yeah, thank you very much for listening, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.